Welcome back, everybody, to day 19 of my 30-day 10K month challenge. I am over the moon that you are here. Some of you have been here since day one, since we started on December 1st. And let me just go ahead and give you a round of applause. Oh my goodness, I know that you have been learning so much just based off of the feedback that I have been receiving from you all. And listen, it doesn't even matter if you haven't been here since day one. If you jumped in on day two, day three, day four, day five, day six, day seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to day 18, it does not matter, right? If you just join on today, day 19, that doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is that you are in. That's it. And so go ahead and put a one, a two, a three, a four, all the way up until 19 to let me know which day you are jumping in on this 30-day 10K month challenge. And let me tell you something, my day 19s, if this is your first time here, you came in on a great day because what I'm going to share with you today, this will absolutely change not just your mindset, your business, your systems, right? How you're showing up, how you're taking responsibility, how you're going forward, how you're planning, everything. Okay. So day 19s, my day ones through my day 18s, they know. Listen, I need y'all to get y'all iPads, your notepads, your pens, and your pencils, and get ready to take copious notes. Okay? And so my team and I, we made a little shift, a little pivot in the content for today. And I think going in this direction is going to give you more, right? It's going to help you be fruitful and multiply. And what we had before, it was good. But this right here today is good, good. All right? So, and our theme is visibility is a responsibility. Write that down in your notes. Okay. And I always give you a grounding scripture. So day 19, you're new here. So you're just now finding out. Day 18 just found out yesterday if they jumped in for the first time. I always give you a grounding scripture. And we even changed the grounding scripture for today. We changed everything for today. Right. And so the grounding scripture is Matthew 5 and 16. And so I'll get more into that as we move along in today's challenge. But right now, what I need you to do is go ahead and share this live with everybody. Share it with your auntie, with your mother, with your cousin, with your business bestie. Listen, with somebody you're thinking about collaborating with, make sure that you are sharing. Day 19s, what I say all the time is there is no gatekeeping over here. Absolutely none. So my love language is seeing women win. I know we have men here on the challenge. I want to see everybody win. What does that mean? That means we have to share. I'm up here sharing with y'all 30 days, teaching y'all what I've learned and sharing what I know, giving you my expertise, giving out information and content and systems and tools and strategies and everything else. So make sure that you are sharing. All right. And so at this point, the fact that you have been coming back, even if you just jumped in on day 19, this tells me that you're moving past just having ideas, right? You're getting into position and you're ready to execute. And I love that for you all. Write that in your notes. I'm ready to execute. Put it in your notes. And so I want you to put a fire emoji in the chat if you are ready, because this is going to be a requirement if you're ready to execute. You have to stop hiding, stop hesitating, and start showing up consistently. All right. So put a fire emoji in the chat if you are ready to do that. Listen, and then y'all make sure y'all stick around because I have some exciting information to share with y'all. Day 19s, this is your first time hearing about this, but the Women Who Multiply experience is taking place in April 2026. It's not a conference, day 19s. Remember day ones through 18s. I told y'all this is not a conference. This is a multiplication activation for women, for entrepreneurs, business owners who are seriously ready to multiply their impact, their mindset, their business, their revenue. So but I'll talk more about that later on. Just wanted to get that out there. Watch your pilots a little bit. All right. Okay, so listen. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. And I've been here on this challenge and for the past decade helping entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, speakers, professionals renew their mindset, clarify their message, and build sustainable revenue through faith, through strategy, and through consistent action. Right. And if you want to learn more about me, I encourage you to go over to my website, which is tiffanyharris.net. Okay. All right. So now that we got all the housekeeping out of the way, but that was important housekeeping information, I want to go back to what I told you about our grounding scripture. And I hope that you wrote it down. And if not, write this down. Matthew 5 and 16. Okay. And it talks about letting your light shine before others so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Right. And this scripture is not about ego, it's about assignment. Write that down. It's about my assignment. And it's important to and write the whole thing down. Matthew 5 and 16 is not about ego, it's about my assignment. And that's critical to mention because some of you think that when you do let your light shine, you're boasting, right? You're being too confident, you're being cocky, you're being arrogant, all those words that people use and that you use yourself, which in turn leads to you shrinking and falling back and hiding, right? And not allowing your essence, your glow, your power, your glory to come forth and shine through. But when you shift your mindset and understand it's about your assignment, it's about your calling, you will understand that your light is your knowledge. You have spent years researching, you have spent years in the field. And when I say in the field, I mean with boots on the ground, sleeves rolled up, right? Actually being active in serving your ideal client, serving your audience. Your light is about your skill. You all have a skill set. What is your skill set? What comes easy to you that comes that's hard for others? What comes easy to you? For me, and this is not something that I woke up and said I wanted to do. Using my voice is my light. It's part of my light. Your voice is your light. I never woke up and said I wanted to be a speaker. I never woke up and said I want to speak on stages across Africa, in London, in California, in Pennsylvania, in New Jersey, in Virginia, North Carolina. I never said that. Growing up, I wanted to be a school teacher, an elementary school teacher, as a matter of fact. My initial major in college, when I went to Penn State University, was education. I've worked in schools with teachers, internships with teachers, right? But I had to recognize the light, the gift, the skill that God had given me. Okay. And one of those, the light that I have is my voice. And I had to get to a place where I accepted it and I began to own it. Another light is your experience. I told y'all, some of y'all boots on the ground, like y'all live this. Some of you talk about mental health. Some of you talk about domestic violence and how to get out of it. Some of you, you talk about real estate. You talk about entrepreneurship. You talk about building houses. You talk about construction. You have experience in that. That is what you do, right? And so for those of you who may talk about mental health, some of you have had, if you're like me, hey, and I'm not ashamed, raise my hand, at one time had a mental health breakdown. Back in 2014, 2015, I was not mentally stable like I am today, right? So I know that lived experience. You all have an experience. You all have a testimonial. That is your light. Please don't sit up and sleep on your testimony. Write that down. I will not sit nor sleep on my testimony. That is part of you connecting with your audience. That is part of you building trust with your audience. People need to know that you've been there, you did that, but you also got up out of that. And that's one of the things I teach when I do my coaching for my flagship program, Shift Your Mindset and Speaker Academy. Yes, we can talk about all the accolades. We can talk about the awards. I can tell you how I am the two-time winner for the Change Maker of the Year award. I can tell you how I'm a Faith Made Millionaire nominee. I can tell you how I am a Business Grammy nominee. But I also want to let you know it was not always that way. Oh, there was a time. Come on. You better go ahead and share your testimony. No, you don't have to stand in it, but stand on it. Okay? That is part of your light. I can't tell you after I got off stage how many people came and wrapped their arms around me and said, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for sharing that." I realized that not only am I not alone, but you shared with me strategies, techniques, tools, systems, information, resources that's going to help me get to a stage where I'm winning, where I'm victorious, where I'm thriving. Well, now I can use my voice and help other people break through. Come on. All right. So listen, another light that you have is your solution. I keep telling y'all, you are the answer to people's prayers and the solution to their problems. Write that down in your notes. I am the answer to people's prayers and the solution to their problems. Get that in your notes and catch this. Light that is hitting helps no one. Light that is hidden helps no one. So if you shrinking, if you hiding, if you curled up in the corner, if you getting into these rooms and you hiding in the bathroom, and I'm saying this because that's what I used to do. I was petrified. I was getting in these rooms, right? But I would go in the bathroom and I would make a phone call. I probably called my mom and I was like, "Oh my God, mom, I'm at this event. Like I forced myself to come, but oh my gosh, this is exactly, I'm so extra, y'all. Oh my God, mom, I can't wait until it's over. I got to get out of here." Palms were sweating profusely. I was hiding my light. I was dimming my light. As a matter of fact, I turned the light off. How about that? It wasn't even no dimming, it was off. So I want you to think about what happens when you walk into a dark room where the light is off. You may stumble and hit your toe up against the bed. You may stumble and hit your toe up against the dresser, stumble and trip over a pair of shoes that are on the floor, right? Because there's nothing glaring, gleaming, and beaming that will allow you to see your way. So just think of it in that sense. When you are not letting your light shine, when your light is hitting, when it's turned completely off, those people who you have the solution for, they will never receive it. So they will keep stumbling from left to right and falling down and struggling to get back up. Because in essence, you have the blueprint, you have the exact solution that they need. So switch that light on and let people know, "Hey, I'm here. Let me share this solution. Let me share this testimony. Let me give you my voice. Let me share my expertise. Let me share my knowledge, my skill." So you no longer have to stumble and fall. So it'll be easier for you to get back up just in case you do still stumble. But here you go. Here's your manuscript. Okay. So in turn, visibility is your responsibility. Write that down. Visibility is my responsibility. And let me say this very clearly. Visibility is not vanity. Visibility is not arrogance. Visibility is not about attention. Visibility is your responsibility. If you have a solution that can help someone, showing up is part of your obedience. Write that in your notes. Showing up is part of my obedience. Hiding your light doesn't protect you, it delays the people who need what you carry. And I pray that y'all writing this in your notes, you're picking up what I'm putting down because I work with so many individuals. And when we start off working together, they tell me how they want to shrink, they want to hide, they don't want to be visible, right? And see, and this is why when I start working with my clients, we always start with mindset. Because while out of your mouth, you're telling me that you want to speak on stages. You're telling me that you want to help women in shelters. You're telling me you want to be an advocate for the youth. But your mind, something's off, right? There's an imbalance. Your mindset hasn't gotten there yet. So which causes you to still fade into the background and not show up and be obedient to the lights, right? Write that down. I will be obedient to my lights. So let me just talk to you a little bit about why people hide, right? And so most people don't avoid visibility because they're lazy. They avoid visibility because of fear. I know some of you are like, "Oh, yeah, that's me." Yeah, yeah. Oh, I have a fear of, well, what if my voice is too high pitched? What if my voice is too deep? What if I'm not pronouncing all of my words correctly? What if I'm not articulate? What if my vernacular is not, please. If y'all will just get up here and talk to the people and see, and that's where authenticity comes into play. Owning who you are, loving who you are, accepting who you are, and using what you have, what you were gifted with. God gave you a gift. You mean to tell me you don't love the gift that God gave you? You love everybody else's gift. The watches, the cars, the bracelets, the diamond earrings. What about God's gift? Write that down. I love the gifts, because he gives you many. I love the gifts that God has given me, right? So when you get to that place, there will be no room for fear of being judged. However, this is why some entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, and speakers are not present. They're not visible because there's a fear of judgment. There's a fear of being rejected. Yeah. No, I'm not going to fill out this speaker application. I'm not going to post. I'm not going to let people know that I have a conference coming up. Why? Because you have a fear of being rejected. You think that people are not going to sign up. They're going to tell you that no, we're sorry to let you know we did not move forward with accepting you to speak for this engagement this time, right? But what is the lesson in that? How is God protecting you? Look at that, right? Because truth be told, some of you are not ready for that next level speaking engagement. It's the truth. So God is saying, no, it's never going to happen. He's just saying, not right now, not on this platform. But I do have something else for you that's suitable for where you are, for what you've been a good steward of at this point in time in your entrepreneurship journey. But baby, once you continue to build, God will allow you to move forward and be on different platforms. Or he will give you different assignments because he sees that he can trust you with it. All right. So you're not lazy. You just have these fears that I want to help you overcome. Right. So you have a fear of being misunderstood. So while you may say, I know what I'm trying to say, but they don't get me, they don't understand me. Right. You have a fear of being seen before they feel ready. I needed to slow down a little bit with that one. You have a fear of being seen before your audience feels ready. It's all right. You have a fear of being consistent. You have a fear of being held accountable. Ooh, I know. Some of y'all don't want nobody holding you accountable. Like, listen, Keisha, you said every Friday at 10 o'clock you were gonna be live. I didn't see you go live today. What's going on? Oh, girl, please leave me alone. I'm not trying to hear. Your accountability partner is trying to help you. Your accountability partner is on your side. But you so stuck and stubborn and set in your ways, you have a fear of being held accountable. Nobody's trying to step on your toes. They're trying to help you soar, scale, and succeed, right? And so, but Matthew 5 and 16 doesn't say, let your light shine to feel ready. It says, let your light shine. You're not worried about if everybody else is going to be ready to receive it. Let your light shine. Because I promise you, if you focus on the ones who and you may not know them name by name, one by one, but they are out there. So you have to just remind yourself your audience is out there. Your ideal client is out there. So you focus on letting your light shine in those places where they are showing up. Go find them. All right. Because here's the thing, hiding has a cost. Put that down as a subject headline in your notes. Hiding has a cost. It has several costs, actually. Yeah. So when you hide, people don't know that you exist. You're coming to me and you're saying, Dr. Harris, well, I'm not getting any emails inquiring about me being booked on stage. Well, Dr. Harris, nobody is purchasing my book. Well, that's because nobody knows that you exist. You're not out there talking about your book. You're not creating 30 to 60-second videos. You're not creating videos about testimonials from those individuals who have purchased your books. Nobody knows you're a speaker, so they're not going to reach out to you to book you to speak because you're not posting any videos of you speaking. You're not posting any videos of the transformation that individuals experience. You're not posting any testimonials from the clients whose platform that you spoke on. Nobody, who are you? Where are you? You remember that? Was it a cartoon? Where's Waldo? Where are you? Is it Waldo? I remember, don't matter. Where are you? Right? And so, of course, opportunities will pass you by. Another thing that happens when you hide is going to take you longer to build trust. I told you a couple days ago in the challenge, you popping up once a month, twice a month. No. And then another thing happens is your revenue is delayed. Your confidence will stay weak. And so for those of you who are uncomfortable with going live and uncomfortable with doing videos, and you don't have to get up here like me for 30 days and do a 25-minute, 30-minute video. I told you could start with 30 to 60 seconds. You can do that for 30 days. And every day that you do it, your confidence is going to increase more and more. And you're going to get comfortable like, okay, yeah, I'm in here. I can do this. I'm doing this, right? And I want to do more of it. This feels good. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I'm building systems. Yes. I'm helping individuals. They're giving me their feedback. Okay. So you don't become confident and then show up. You show up and the confidence is built. I remember when I first started doing challenges and I was never going to turn my camera on. And if you've ever been on one of my challenges, you heard me say this before. Y'all were going to get the camera off, what the screen looks like, whatever shows up when the camera's off, and you were just going to hear my voice, and that was it, right? That was all I was going to give you. I said, you know what? No, I'm going to put together a PowerPoint and, right, they're going to see my face. And I did it, let me tell y'all, like Lisa Nichols says, I did it terrified. Y'all have no idea. I was so uncomfortable. And I was doing it, I had the nerve to do it for 21 days. But the more and more I did it, the confidence built. It's like, oh, I don't have to turn my screen off and just let them hear my voice because I was shaking in my boots and my stomach was doing backflips and my throat had this big ball in it every time I swallowed. Okay. So let me talk to you about 3 levels of visibility. Write that down in your notes. This is your headline. 3 levels of visibility. Okay. Because to grow your income, you must grow your visibility in these 3 ways: your presence, your positioning, and your proximity. Write that down. Presence, proximity, positioning. So your presence, we talked about this, showing up regularly, even when engagement is low. You know how easy it could have been for me to stop showing up on YouTube when I had, wanna know how many views? How many subscribers? Zero. Yes, there was a time I had zero views. And if you go back and look at some of, you'll still see. And then some days it grew to 2 views, maybe 5 views, 10 views. I could have stopped then. Engagement was, nobody was commenting. Forget about the views. Nobody was viewing it. Nobody was liking it. Nobody was commenting. It would have been easy to say, you know what? Next, right? But I continued to be present. I continued to show up regularly. I continued to put out content. And then those analytics changed. And so congratulations to me. Woo-hoo. I just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube a couple days ago. Listen, I'm happy. And for some of y'all, that may be like, well, 100. I know people with 10,000. Listen, and that's the problem. First of all, y'all comparing yourself to other people, and you're not acknowledging and being grateful for the milestones and achievements that you've made. Yes, when I got 50 subscribers, I was dancing. Come on. All right. So anyway, let me stay focused. So presence, and then it's positioning. Be clear about what you do and who you help. Be clear about that. 3, proximity. Engage, respond. People think it's cool to see individuals respond to their messages and they don't respond like, "Oh, I don't have time. I'm not going to respond." That's not it. No, engage and respond. I can't. There is so much power in engagement. It costs you nothing. Doesn't take a lot of time to even hit somebody. Now, let me say this. Granted, you may not be able to get to all the hundreds of comments that you have. I understand. However, do not dismiss, ignore, and avoid those individuals who are engaging with you, your ideal clients. Go ahead and send them a response back. Thank you for watching my channel. I'm so glad that you found value in the content. Tell me one thing that you're going to do to show up consistently. Okay? That's how you build relationships. Visibility without connection is simply noise. That's it. That's it. And connection without consistency makes you forgettable. And that's not what you want to do. Okay? So write this down. Next heading. Visibility multiplies impact. So when you are consistently letting your light shine, trust is going to increase. Your authority strengthens, opportunities multiply, conversations change, revenue becomes more consistent. Your visibility is often someone's answer. I'm telling you, people are waiting. You just watch and see. I want you to come back and send me a message. You can DM me. Yeah, send me a message like, Dr. Harris, I did it. I was visible. And when I did that, somebody sent me a message and said, oh my God, you answered my prayer. You gave me the solution that I needed. I want to hear from you and I will respond to you. All right. So listen, day 19 is a wrap, you all. I'm so happy we decided last minute to pivot and go in this direction. But I believe that this is what you all needed today. All right. And for your homework, day 19s, I know you're new here. You're about to find out. Yes, I give homework. Okay. So I believe in immediate and consistent implementation. That is key. So write this down for your action step for day 19. And I want you to choose one visibility action that you can take today. Now, day 19s, I said today, not tomorrow, not next week. not in the beginning of the year when you make your New Year's resolution. Today, one visibility action you can take today. You can post a video, go live, share your offer. You can start a conversation. You can follow up with somebody. You can comment intentionally, right? I just gave y'all 6 things that you can do. Don't overthink it. And that's the problem. Y'all delaying, you're hiding, you're shrinking, you're fading because you're overthinking it. It's not that deep. Just make sure it's related to your ideal client. It's related to your light, to your skill set, to your knowledge, right? To your testimony, to your product, to your service. And post today. Share something today. Show up, be visible, okay? I'm looking forward to seeing it. And then this is what y'all all been waiting for. The women who multiply experience. Yes, yes, yes. So some of y'all who may have came in later, I said this in the beginning. It is happening April 2026 in Philadelphia. And in just a few hours, the link will be available to you and just only you all. That's it. Now, we're not making it live yet to everybody, just for the ones who have registered for the challenge, and that's it. Okay, you'll get an early access to register. And I look forward to seeing y'all again. This multiplication experience is designed to expand your confidence, your visibility, your income, your leadership, your mindset, right? Your collaborations, and so much more. So this is the room, ladies. Man, we love y'all. But this one, this right here is for women. The right room that you want to be in. All right. Okay. So listen, if today challenged you to stop hiding and start shining, I want you to drop "I will be seen" in the comments and write that in your notes. Make that part of your daily affirmations. I will be seen. Because here's the thing. Movement builds momentum. Okay. So tomorrow, y'all, is day 20, and we're going to be talking about how following up is the fortune you